it's obvious that getting the right product, the right time, the right place, which is what we essentially are talking about in terms of technology, is critical. And it's, I would say it's a given. I mean, I don't think there's any point in arguing about it, certainly. We pore over data, we pore over how to handle it, how to get a product there on time. Where I've been really intrigued by technology is how does it affect our lifestyle, and therefore how does it affect actually the product itself? What does it mean for the product? And I don't think I have a very clear answer to that. I think it's a battle there, and technology is clearly influencing all our products, and if you don't, you're going to become a fuddy-duddy. You know, every bag that we make has to have a laptop space, has to have a place for iPads, you know, that's the most simplest place. Every wallet has to have RFID now. These are very critical things that, you know, are being affected at the product level by your lifestyle, by the fact that what you're using technologically, how is it going to affect the product? I think that's you know, something that we struggle with, because I would love to be able to have the ability that you put your cell phone in my bag and it automatically recharges. I mean, that's the type of thing that I think a product needs and we're trying to move towards. But at the same time, there's a reaction to technology. Some of the greatest successes and very interactive reactions I've had on social media, very technology-driven, has been on things that we've done which hark back to anti-technology. We rebrought a range which is, when I first started designing, in 1978 to 1980, what we called our icon bags. And we did an exhibition on it, and that is really as pre-technology as you can imagine. And in my stores, that was the greatest success I had this year. I mean, surprisingly, there is a reaction to technology. Technology is becoming critical. Technology is affecting my product. It changes the way I look at product. Men want things to be technological, but there is a clear reaction to it also. The second thing we launched, which was a very big surprise to us, we launched just very simple notebooks. Who uses notebooks? I mean, notebooks is the most useless thing you can imagine, the most anti-technology thing you can imagine. And we had large window things saying, going back to the art of writing. Who writes? Do you write a mail? Do you write your diary in your notebooks? Do you write anything? And amazingly, and this was driven by young women, can you believe it? It wasn't driven by men, it wasn't driven functionally, it wasn't driven by, you know, women who are educated, you know, with PhDs or whatever. It was driven by young girls who were writing, can you believe it? They loved our notebooks to write poetry and to write things they loved, travel and stuff like that. Now that's real anti-technology. So I think at the product level, go beyond the product, how it's affecting our brand, we're really facing two things here. We're facing how do we connect to our heritage. Internationally, as you know, every great designer is always goes back to his heritage, goes back all the way back to the 1920s, to 60s, to 80s, and connects it back. And I think that's still very critical. I think technology is affecting our product, but being connected to pre-technology, often running campaigns like our whole campaign this year was on something you're going to hate. You know, go slow. You know, how does it affect our life? You know, we handcraft every product. We do not use Chinese production lines. You know, we still hand stitch a lot of our product. How anti-technology can that be? And that seems to be at a certain level, as technology becomes everywhere, in our stores we're running videos, we're trying to have interactive things in our stores. The more we go into technology, the more there seems to be a reaction which is saying that the product that is, call it go slow, a product that talks to us about who we were, is still very important and intuitive at a heart level. So product fashion is being influenced by that.